This store here has likely done over $500,000 in total revenue. In the video today, I'll break down how I know that and what specifically they are doing to make those sales. And this is really just for anyone who is seeing the massive growth potential within the world of print on demand. Studies like these here are showing huge projections. Some say that by the year 2030, we will see around $40 billion in print on demand sales. And to put that in perspective, in the year 2023, we were at just $6 billion. Basically, what I'm saying is that if you're looking to take a piece of that growth, that the best opportunity to do that is by building your own print on demand store like this. I started my first store in the year 2016. This is the Google trend showing the interest in print on demand since that time. We have seen a tremendous amount of people on YouTube making content about print on demand, and it seems like everybody is wanting to start a print on demand store. You can see here, this graph shows the total Etsy sellers. We are now over 8 million sellers, and it has led to a situation where if you wanted to sell products like this, which the store we're looking at today is selling, you are going to be competing against hundreds of thousands of other people inside of the Etsy search results. And this store here has done an awesome job with that. This is exactly what I do with print on demand since starting in 2016. I've built lots of stores like this. I sell products on social media. I'm going to show you today exactly what they're doing with social media to make sales. This is something I've talked about extensively here on YouTube, as well as at various print on demand events that I have been invited to speak at. The goal of this video is to show you a real example of a store that is absolutely crushing it, selling on social media, so that way you can try it too. And to show you how simple this is, I am inside of Shopify and I am basically going to just recreate the store that we are looking at today. You can see that just by adding a few different sections, we are beginning to mimic the look of that store. If you've never built a store before, I do have a free course. There's a link down in the description. It will show you exactly how to come in here and begin piecing together your store. In a moment, I will show you exactly what this store looks like compared to the example that we are referencing in the video today. And obviously, side by side, they do look a little bit different. The one on the right is all done. The one on the left is just placeholder. But as we scroll through, you can see that after adding just a couple of sections to showcase the products and showcase the brand, we are kind of matching the same layout as the Love Our Park store that we are breaking down today. And my hope is that with today's video showing you this and then some of the things that I'm going to show you in a moment with the marketing will show you that selling on your own store is actually not as difficult as you might think. Getting traffic from social media is something I say is the easy part. And like I said, down in the description, I do have a free course to show you how to get started with it. This here is the store's Instagram account. They have just over 6,500 followers. And what they're doing is actually a free method of getting traffic to your store. Every single print on demand brand that I launch, I do this with. You can see that they've basically just got a lot of photos, a couple of product photos as well. They also have some videos on here showing their items. They also do a lot of stuff like this here where they are reposting content from other creators. You can see in the caption, they've tagged the creator that originally uploaded this. It says, "Go follow George and Chris." Even though this is not a video that the store creator actually made, they've reposted it here on their profile and they've got almost 18,000 likes on it, which likely resulted in quite a few people following the page and maybe even visiting the store. You can see here in the bio of the account, they do have a link for people to go check out all of the products that they sell. This photo here is one that they have on the page. I'm not sure if that's the actual store owner. Either way, it's a great photo. They've got a couple of samples of some of their products. It does appear that they are inside of like a national park or something, which is awesome because it kind of puts the products in the environment of the niche and they're just showing the products. They're not showing their face if that is the store owner. And ultimately, this is again a great way to begin promoting products completely free. This here is the store's Facebook page. They have almost 100,000 followers and they're doing a little bit of the same stuff that they're doing on Instagram. It seems like they're posting different news articles. They're basically just being active with their followers here. You can see that they have, like I said, articles and images here on their page. If you're trying to grow your own page, what you should really just try to do is to create a page that people in your niche will actually want to follow. This store has some very simple designs and a great niche, and they've been able to attract almost 100,000 followers on Facebook by just posting really cool stuff that people in the niche would want to see. Here's a look as well at some of the ads that this store is actually running. They actually have a lot of different ads that they're running on both Facebook and on Instagram. What I'm looking at here is inside of the Facebook ads library. You can see that they have very simple images showing some of the t-shirts that they are selling on the store. If we continue to scroll through, you can see some other ways that they are sort of presenting these. A lot of them have been active for a little while as well. You can see right here that this ad has been active since January 2nd, which likely means it is a profitable ad. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I do have a free course. It's called POD for Dummies. I start all of my social media ads at just $1 a day. So ultimately, you don't need a huge budget or anything like that to begin promoting products like this on social media. And really all you need is like a mock-up like this, where it shows the product, it has a little bit of a description about what it is, and obviously a link for someone to go to the store. What this store is likely doing is just coming into their Facebook ad account and targeting people that are in their niche. Facebook makes it incredibly easy to just come in here and type in different things relevant to your actual niche. This store is likely typing in things like camping or hiking or national parks or even specific national parks. Those are definitely going to be a good interest for this niche to actually be targeting. If you are targeting your own niche, you would simply want to come in here and start typing in different things, and very quickly you can begin putting your products in front of real people on both Facebook and on Instagram. Ultimately, this store is successful because they have carved out a spot to sell products in what some would call a very saturated niche. They have lots of different t-shirts, they have lots of different stickers, they've also got long sleeve shirts as well. And what I was trying to say before is they're successful because they're able to actually reach people, right? The title of this video is how this store has made sales. They've made sales because they're not doing this. They didn't have to go choose a low competition niche. They've basically chosen a niche that some would say is extremely saturated. Here on Etsy, there are literally pages and pages and pages of products that are very similar to what this store is doing. They've built themselves a really cool brand. You can see here that they started because they are self-proclaimed national park lovers. They've created a handful of designs. Some of them feature specific national parks, and then they're bringing them to their audience, to their niche through the power of social media like I showed you today. Here on the bottom of their store, you can see that they have over 1,000 happy customer reviews. If we click on the see more reviews button, you can see that they have a total of 1,453 reviews, which likely means that they have many more sales than that. On average, people typically don't leave reviews. You're lucky if you get maybe 3 or 5% of your customers to actually leave a review, which means this store likely has way more than 1,500 sales. If you do some math, if this is only 3% of their total sales, they've likely made tens of thousands of sales here on their store. And if you look at their average order value, which we can assume is somewhere around $30, you can see that that will begin to add up a lot. That's how I estimated their overall sales on the store. And earlier we talked about actually reconstructing this. This is what it looks like inside of Shopify. You can see that I've basically gone in and added in a bunch of different sections to sort of replicate the look that this store has. You can see different collages on here, different banners, different collections as well. This is kind of the setup that this store that we're looking at today actually has. Obviously, as you're going through this, you'd want to put your own images in there, your own logo and things like that. You'd want to publish your products from your print-on-demand supplier in there as well. And ultimately, once you're done, it's going to look something like this. It does not have to be super fancy. You just need to have some good imagery, some good mock-ups, some good text on the screen as well that sort of describes what you're trying to do. And then through the power of social media, like I talked about today, you're able to reach your customers. And hopefully this has been cool to see. My point of making this video, even though I'm someone, if you watch a lot of my other stuff, I don't really recommend selling t-shirts in general, mainly because they are relatively low in profit margin. I like to sell products that make 3, 4, 5 times the profit of a shirt. If you want to see my store, I do have a series here on the channel where I've been revealing things that I'm working on, so you could go and check that out. But ultimately, even though these are t-shirts, this store that we are looking at today has done a great job at building themselves a cool little brand. They have almost 100,000 followers on Facebook. They have just over 6,000 followers on Instagram. They're running ads and they are selling some very simple designs that a lot of people are typically selling on Etsy, but they are doing very well with their own store. And what I wanted to show you was an example of a simple print-on-demand store selling t-shirts and using social media to make sales. The fact is that people are spending over 145 minutes a day on social media. This is the number one opportunity for print-on-demand sellers going forward. Earlier, we talked a lot about the growth that's going to be happening in the world of print-on-demand over the next 6 years, and I personally believe that a lot of that growth is going to happen from people leaving places like Amazon and people leaving places like Etsy and opening up their own stores and selling products on social media. That's what I've done since 2016. That's what I'm still doing. Like I said, if you go and check out the series here on my channel, I've been showing you me building my print-on-demand store and actually running running marketing campaigns and things like that. And ultimately, I wanted to make a video, like I said, showing you a great example of a store that is doing this very well. If this sounds like something you want to give a shot, I do have a free course. It basically shows you step by step how to actually build your store and get started with social media marketing. It is completely free. There is a link down in the description. It's called POD for Dummies. Inside, there's over 30 step-by-step videos showing you how to build out your store and get started with social media. And like I said, hopefully this has been helpful. Let me know down in the comments what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.